What is up, people? So today we are talking about something that is very, very important, and we are talking about rim shots. You need rim shots when you are playing the drums, and some of you might already know that, but I really want to talk about rim shots today. I've been talking about it with a lot of my students because this is something not enough people are utilizing to its fullest potential. So you might be asking yourself, what is a rim shot? And this is a rim shot. A rim shot is where you, mostly on the snare drum, but you can play a rim shot on any drum, but a rim shot is where you are hitting the rim of the drum and the center of the drum at the same time. Now that's the most typical way to play a rim shot, but it's not the only way. You don't have to hit the center of the drum. It's basically just when you're hitting the head of the drum and the rim of the drum at the same time. Most of the time in today's modern music, when you're watching someone play rock or pop or country, almost every single 2 and 4 backbeat that you hear on any record you listen to or any show you go to, those are going to be rim shots. Now, a myth buster, you do not have to play rim shots loudly. Most of the time, that's what they're used for. Like I said, most backbeats you see being played in shows and on records are used because rim shots give you more crack, more punch, more attack, but they don't have to be loud. So that's what rim shots are, but let's break down why you need to use rim shots. There are 3 reasons why you need to use rim shots, and the first is because rim shots make your grooves sound more solid, more consistent, and that makes you sound better and more professional. To me, one thing that separates the people that just play drums and the people that sound professional, even if they're not actually professionals and they don't make a living at it, the people that sound professional, rim shots are definitely a part of what kind of separates, that drummer sounds good and wow, that drummer sounds professional, that drummer sounds amazing. So like I said, rim shots make your groove sound a lot more consistent and solid, which that's what our ear wants. As human beings, we like consistency, we like predictability, and that's what rim shots give us when we put them in our grooves on our backbeats. So I want to show you a couple of examples of me playing a groove with no rim shots and then playing a groove with rim shots. To further prove that rim shots actually do bring in a certain amount of consistency to your groove once you start getting, comfortable with them, you can even look at the rim shots on a computer and see that the waveforms of the non-rim shot backbeats have less transient, have less attack, have less punch, have less crack than the rim shots. When you look at them and zoom in on a computer, you can literally see the difference between the consistency of the non-rim shot backbeats and the consistency of the rim shot backbeats. So whether it's a computer listening or a microphone picking up these rim shots, or it's our human ear, rim shots bring a certain amount of consistency and solidness to your groove that is really, really going to take your grooves you're playing to the next level. Reason number 2 why you need to use rim shots, and that is sonic variety in your grooves. That's what rim shots can do. They can provide sonic variety. And what I mean by sonic variety is rim shots are a tone that you can get out of a drum, right? It sounds different than an accent. It sounds different than a ghost note. It sounds like a rim shot. So that's several more tones, more things, more sounds you can extract out of a snare drum just by hitting the rim and the drum head at the same time. And sonic variety can really serve to make our grooves sound and feel a lot better and give them a lot more interesting color because you have this new tone you can use, which is rim shots. Here's an example of a funk groove with rim shots, not just rim shots in the center of the drum, but also out at the edge of the drum. And I think you'll be able to hear the difference between how interesting and colorful the groove can be with all these rim shots and kind of how vanilla and bland it sounds without the rim shots. All right, so that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 that you should use rim shots is rim shots will spice up your fills. Having accented notes in your fills is a way to make your fills sound, more musical and more lively. And instead of just, constant 16th notes, bringing out some fills, bringing out some accents in your fills is a good way to spice up your fills, but making those accents rim shots will add even more, it will kind of just tighten up those fills and make them sound even more musical because those rim shots, when played in fills and phrased correctly, the rim shots really just jump out of the snare drum as opposed to kind of just blending in with everything else. These rim shots are going to give your fills a lot more, ebb and flow, a lot more peaks and valleys, which will make fills more interesting and, again, make you sound a little bit more professional or, just a better drummer. So here are a few fills. When I first play the fill, it'll be no rim shots. And then I'll play the same fill but incorporating rim shots, and I think you'll easily hear the difference between how much better these fills can sound and how much more those accents jump off the page when you start using rim shots. All right, so those are the 3 reasons you need to start using rim shots. The first is it makes your groove sound more solid and consistent or professional. The second is it adds sonic variety to your grooves. And the third is it tightens up those fills, it spices them up and makes your fills sound, it gives your fills more color and sound and just makes them sound better. So I hope I've convinced you that rim shots are a good thing to add to your arsenal, but if you're kind of sitting there wondering, well, that's great, but how do I get better at rim shots? There's actually 2 really easy ways you can start, and you don't have to learn anything new, but there are 2 easy ways that you can start learning these rim shots and incorporating them into your playing. The first of the 2 ways is you can just take rudiments that you already know that have accents built into them and convert those accents to rim shots. One of the easiest rudiments to do this with is probably the paradiddle. It's right, left, 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 and there is a right accent and a left accent in those groupings. And if you convert those to rim shots, not only accents, but rim shots, I think you'll hear the difference of how awesome this paradiddle sounds and how much more those accents kind of hit home when they're rim shots, not just accents. Pretty cool. So that's the first way. You can take any rudiment you know and then very, very slowly sit down at your drum and try to get any accent in that rudiment a rim shot. Now, it's important to note that it's going to be hard to do this at first. And sometimes you'll just be hitting the rim of the drum. Sometimes you'll just be hitting the center of the drum. Sometimes you'll hit a rim shot. Sometimes you'll hit a rim shot that sounds different than the rim shot you just hit. And then sometimes it's going to be all over the map at first. The goal is to start slow and make these rim shots consistent. They should sound almost exactly the same. You don't always want to play rim shots exactly the same velocity so you sound like a computer, but if you have the ability to be that consistent with your rim shots and play every rim shot equal velocity, equal crack, whatever, that's going to just go a long way in your consistency. If you have that control, you can always dial it back and say, well, I don't want every rim shot to sound exactly the same. But if you don't have that control in the first place, you won't have that option. So get used to that, work those rudiments, and remember, these rim shots don't have to be super, super, super loud. You can also play them quietly. And the second way you can start working on your rim shots today is just take a groove you already know that incorporates some backbeats and some ghost notes and make those backbeats rim shots. So here's a groove with no rim shots and all the ghost notes, and then I'll also play the groove adding those rim shots in so you can hear the difference. All right, so that's it. That is rim shots in a nutshell. They're very, very important. They're going to take your playing to the next level. And I would venture to say, all of you who are like, this is way too easy. I've been doing rim shots, what I've been playing for 20 years. Can you play rim shots at multiple levels? Can you play really, really quiet rim shots? Have you explored rim shots out at the edge of the drum versus the center of the drum? The rim shots are such an awesome tool to add not only, power and consistency, but also sonic variety and just a cool another tone that we can mess with. And try them on your toms too. You don't have to keep them on the snare. All right, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. I hope that it helps you. And if it did, do me a favor and go ahead and hit subscribe. I come out with videos every single week, transcriptions, lessons, all of that stuff, tech tips and whatever. So hit subscribe, ding that notification bell so you're getting those notifications when those videos go out. If you liked this video, leave a thumbs up. Also, hit me in the comments. Are rim shots something that you were already really familiar with, or was this kind of like a, whoa, I never thought about that? And if you are comfortable with rim shots, have you explored them on the toms and on the edge of the drum and stuff? Just let's talk about rim shots down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.